Many people, many adults and many teachers will quite happily say, I'm not creative. And by that, actually what they mean is they don't draw, they don't sing, they don't dance, they don't do tapestries. Actually, everyone's creative. We're born creative individuals. What do we mean by a creative classroom? What can teachers do quickly and easily to inculcate an air, an environment that promotes creativity? Tip number one for creativity in the classroom is promote an environment in which you use open questions and encourage your students to use open questions back to you. Open questions allows a multitude of outcomes and it takes the blinkers off that so often we find in some of our students who are less motivated. And an example, I was in a school recently, we were looking at Macbeth, but looking at it very much from an actor's eye point of view. And one question we asked was, why does the relationship between Macbeth and Lady Macbeth break down? And the great thing about that is there is no one answer. Only Shakespeare knows the actual answer was in his head. But by exploring that question in a variety of ways, students get a much better, much richer understanding of that play. Top tip number two would be take advantage of unexpected outcomes. So often things happen in the classroom and we're so driven by achieving the set objectives we've got in our lesson plan for that day that we sometimes sideline and ignore them. They're there to be taken advantage of. And just to give you an example that happened in a school a couple of years ago that we were working in St Helens. One thing we always do in our sessions is to always, after every activity, we thank the students for doing what we've asked them to do. Anyway, the teachers we were working with started doing the same. Nothing was ever said, but then the practice spread to the rest of their department, and within, I don't know, a few weeks, by osmosis, and again, there was no directive from on high ever, every teacher in the school was thanking the children. So far, so good. Then what happened was completely unexpected, was the children started thanking the teachers just for teaching them, which you rarely hear in a school. And there were lots of other initiatives going on in the school as well, but those two words, thank you, transform relationships. Top tip number three for promoting a creative classroom would be to take risks yourself and encourage students to take risks. If we don't take risks, we're never going to find out anything new. All the great scientists, all the great artists, all the great writers of this world have taken risks, and that's how they got to where they are. And it can be something as simple as on a really nice day saying, well, actually, this chemistry lesson we could very easily do outside. And we'll go outside and do it. And you will get a completely different experience. And again, you'll probably get some unexpected outcomes. But always be prepared to take those risks. So creativity provides opportunities to experiment. It provides that freedom, but with structures. And it provides outcomes. It provides outcomes for those young people who are less engaged. It provides them with a different access point into their learning. And we all know that engagement leads to better attendance, leads to better punctuality, leads to better achievement. But it all comes down to the engagement. If you don't engage people, nothing's going to happen.